Hey folks, Sam here. So I start my mornings while I'm home, man. I come down here and I'm sitting by my pond, and birds are chirping, and the rabbits and the geese are landing, and the turkeys are gobbling, and there's probably no better peaceful place in my life than right here. So building a house up here on the hill is going to be, it's going to be just as good for the wife as it is for me. But anyways, so we do all of this stuff, and I work my ass off, and I plant the trees, and you guys that say, "Oh, half of them are gonna die," or it's just a bunch of negative shit, and then them people might as well be bureaucrats, because everything you do, you got the alphabet police. For me, is the DNR. They came and they fined me $500 for my driveway, which is right over there, and it's probably 50 feet that I put across wetlands. It was fucking dry, but there was wetland indicators. So there were some plants that grow in wet ground that make that a wetland. And it's not even in their wetland survey, but anyways, it had wetland indicators. And so anyway, whatever the fuck, here's your $500, go away. They want you to measure the pond so you're not over an acre, and just all the hoops that these guys make you jump through to create something they never could do, because they ain't every piece of ground that the fucking state has owned, they've wrecked. But anyways, so everybody asks me, you planted all them trees, you dug the pond, you planted giant food plots, you bought the property next to it, what are you going to do next? So next is going to be a huge undertaking. And you wait till you hear what the DNR says about it. So that right there is all buckthorn. There's little pine trees in there and everything else, but that's all buckthorn. Highly invasive plant. Brought over from Europe to put in the hedgerows, and everywhere it gets, it chokes everything off. If you go in there, the ground underneath it is bare, nothing's growing. So my goal is I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna pull that shit out. And while they were here fucking with me on my driveway, I said, hey, might as well get this out of the way. What are you going to do? Are you guys going to find me for going in there with my skid steer and pulling out the buckthorn? Oh, well, what do you mean? I said, well, going to go in there with my skid steer, and I got a big clamp on it, and I'm going to pull that shit out by the roots, and then I'm going to stack it up, and I'm going to fucking burn it. And, wow. Good luck. Be the rest of your life. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're on board and you're worried about what the rest of my life's going to be, because every fucking piece of property you own with buckthorn on, you ain't doing shit. But anyways, so I'm going to, and he says, but you can't stack it up. I said, what do you mean I can't stack it up? He said, well, if you pull it out, you can't stack it up, because that's filling in a wetlands. I'm like, I want to stack it up so I can burn it. It's an invasive species. I need to get rid of it. And this is the ignorance that runs deep in our government. And you all need to quit worrying about the federal government. You all need to worry about your fucking state and local governments, because this is the bullshit you got to deal with. So literally, if my piles get too big, I'm filling in the wetlands and they can find me. Okay, how big a piles can I make? What do you mean? I said, how big a pile can I make where you're not going to come out here and fuck with me for taking care of an invasive species and returning my property back to something that is more natural and more beneficial to the wildlife? Well, we don't know. Oh, so if I put 5, you can fuck with me, or I put So this is the deal. This is why I always have a problem with bureaucrats. They have the answer that they can fuck with you, but they never have the answer of why. So, just so if any of you guys know, be careful. If you're making your piles too big, if you're taking care of buckthorn and you're in a swamp and you're making your piles too big, they're going to come find you. Maybe it's only me because I push their buttons. But yeah, get your ticket books out, boys, because starting this winter, I'm going to have some big fucking piles.